going, no learning is happening today or any other day upon this stream. I hope you're well. Sorry for the delay. I will explain myself kind of. So number one instructor sent me away to track his flights, and he was currently on a trip, and he was on a flight, and it was finishing up. So I was watching that, and I was able to listen to him and everything. It was really cool. So that is why I'm slightly late. Sorry, apologies, but it was fun. Learn how to be a wonderful streamer. That's also something you're probably not going to learn here, but thank you. All right, we're doing the thing. Where's the thing? I will check the things, and then we will do the things. There, that is good. That seems decent, I guess. All right, we're gonna go with it. Da 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 da. Where's the other thing? I'm so good at this. I'm sorry. This. Da 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 da. As per freaking usual. Flight instructor practical test standards for airplane. I didn't plan that, but it worked out okay. Yes, so do. Where are the freaking contents? I always forget there are changes and stuff in between. There it is. Okay, so in section 1, technical subject areas. La 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 la. We've skipped a couple. We did airplane weight and balance last time. I apologize. We're skipping navigation and flight planning because that's another semi big one. We're gonna do night operations, yay! Because that one went pretty well when I did it last. And once again, I'm banking on that. I guess that it went well last time. Plus, I have a slightly more thorough. Where is it? Where? Gosh darn it. Okay, sorry. Yes, I have a slightly more thorough lesson plan, so it should trigger the brain cells this time. So yeah. So again, I do. I have a few different things going on at the moment. So I meant to practice this again, but I didn't. I'm sorry. At some point, I will be able to start practicing these beforehand. But it is not this day. So anyway, we're going to see how it goes. Task H, night operations. To determine that the applicant exhibits instructional knowledge of the elements of night operations by describing: Number 1, factors related to night vision. Number 2, disorientation and night optical illusions. Number 3, proper adjustment of interior lights. Number 4, importance of having a flashlight with a red lens. 5, night pre-flight inspection. 6, engine starting procedures, including use of position and anti-collision lights prior to start. Number 7, taxiing and orientation on an airport. 8, takeoff and climb out. I read it as takeout, and I thought of Chinese food, and now I'm hungry. 9, in-flight orientation. 10, importance of verifying the airplane's attitude by reference to flight instruments. Number 11, night emergencies procedures. 12, traffic patterns. 13, approaches and landings with and without landing lights. 14, go around. Yay! So we have our where is it? Boom. Nope. Boom. La da da da. There's not a whole lot for this one. It's mainly just organizing verbal things. So let me try and put the where is it? Not that one. Gosh darn it. This one? If I go like there. I can't tell what's actually being shown though. Like that? Is that okay? I'll see how it looks on here, and maybe we won't actually do that. Yeah, you can see that. That's okay, right? I do need to put it down just a smidgen though. There. Does that work? Perfect. Yay. Nice eye drawing. Thank you. I was semi proud of that. It looks kind of gruesome just because it's an eyeball outside of its position. But yes, yes, I did. I did add that little thing in there. So I do appreciate it. So we are talking about night flying today. Night flying is fun. Night flying is amazing. Night flying, we do this. It is smoother at night. It is also cooler at night, which is better for airplane performance. It's also included in our requirements for certain certificates and ratings. Plus, it is just generally fun. So that is why we do the night flying. However, there are certain things to consider before going night flying and while night flying and such. First thing is our vision. We would have talked about this in a previous lesson, so we won't go too deeply into the eye stuff, but we will do just enough. So think of, again, the eye is like a camera, and the rods and cones are like the film. The cones, CO, is for color. They see color and is better for well-lit situations. The rods sense more movement and are better for nighttime and dimly lit situations. And so in most of the eye, the rods and cones, hang on. Yeah, the rods are evenly distributed throughout most of the eye, except in this little pit here called the fovea. And so in that area, it is mostly cones, and that creates the center of vision. So since there aren't a whole lot of rods in there, that means that at night, sorry if I said that incorrectly. Since there aren't a lot of rods in there, I might have said that incorrectly, might have said that correctly. Sorry. Not a lot of rods in there. That creates a night blind spot in the center of our vision, which is why, in order to actually see things properly, we need to be looking about 5 to 10 degrees offset from whatever it is that we, from whatever it is that we are looking at. Can you see that better? Sorry. Yeah. And then we always go back to our I am safe, our illness, medication, stress, alcohol, fatigue, eating, emotions, and exercise. So fatigue at night, you're likely potentially going to be a bit more sleepy and it gets nice and cozy in the cockpit. You want to make sure that you are not fatigued. Fatigue messes with your vision. It decreases it, as well as decreases your judgment and all the other things as well. So be careful of that. Hypoxia is also an issue, particularly at night. Greater than 5,000 feet AGL. Let me make sure I'm saying it correctly. Yes. Greater than 5,000 feet AGL, that lesser oxygen is going to decrease the rod sensitivity. Yeah. So being aware of that, and that's why during the day you have your 10,000 over 10,000 feet is recommended use of oxygen. At night it's greater than 5,000 feet. Yeah, because oxygen. Warm engine heat fumes even have that delicious carbon monoxide. I was going like, yes, exactly, and then no. That was awesome. Hello, how's it going? And it does. The rods are sensitive to low light, but it does take them time to adapt. So it's recommended to allow them about 30 minutes adaptation before you're actually going to go flying. Don't look into bright lights, all of the good things. And if you end up looking at a bright light after you have already gotten your night vision, that it will take the eye's time again to adjust and that can take at least a few minutes and even up to the full 30 minutes of adaptation. There's also some other techniques. I'm just going to run through them. You can close one eye near bright lights to keep the night vision in that eye. Don't use sunglasses because it impairs adaptation, which I didn't like look too much into, to be quite honest, but I thought that was interesting. Move your eyes slowly. It takes hang on. Move your eyes slowly since it takes more time to adjust. Blink if things are blurry. Concentrate on seeing the objects, not directly at them, but to the side. Use your off-center viewing. Maintain good physical condition. That goes back to fatigue. And then avoid drinking, smoking, drugs, all of those sorts of things. And then, our lighting. We talked about don't look at bright lights. So within our cockpit, we have a variety of lights. And in order to make sure that we preserve our night vision, even with those, we make sure that all of our devices, our EFBs, our phones, if we're using them as sectionals or whatever else, make sure those are on the lowest brightness. Cover and remove other sources of light. This was an issue at one point when we did a day into nighttime flight, my instructor and I, and I had the camera. I had a little dash cam hooked up, and that was like a little bright, so we ended up having to remove that. Our Sentry, that has really bright little lights that we had to put a sticky note over. So yeah, making sure that you don't have bright things in the cockpit, as well as utilizing our red lights within the cockpit, either from the up here or using a red flashlight. Done. You can even have one that comes around your neck or your head, and that makes it hands-free. So then you don't have to worry about holding it and dropping it and stuff like that. So you would like to learn more about why sunglasses is unhelpful for adaptation. I would as well. We're going to come back to that. Wink, 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 wink. That's what I'm supposed to do. If the DPE asks me a question that I really don't want to go into or feel somewhat uncomfortable with, oh yes, we're going to come back to that and just never come back to it. So I have to get better about that. So yes, the red light does not what's the word? It does not create harmful glare that the other that white light causes. However, during our pre-flight, we do want a white flashlight because I don't have I don't know if it would work. I have a thing where I take my red flashlight and I put it on a sectional, and you can see that it doesn't show all of the details. So you want to make sure in your pre-flight that you're not missing anything that could potentially kill you. So you need a white flashlight during your pre-flight. At this point, my instructor did give me a little tip to add in the 3 types of night, and this is where I think I will put it. 3 types of night being sunset, civil twilight, which is around half an hour after sunset, and then half an hour before sunrise, and then 1 hour after sunset, 1 hour before sunrise. Those are the 3 different types of night. You can log nighttime between civil twilights, and you can log night landings between an hour after sunset, an hour before sunrise. Lighting, which is what we were getting to here, that is after sunset. So sunset, you have to start using your light. Sunset to sunrise, you use your lights. Then you can log nighttime between the civil twilights, and then you can log night landings, hour to an hour, if that makes sense. So, yes, that. And that is why during startup, use your anti-collision lights, use your position lights, pop those on before startup, so that anybody on the ramp who it's dark out there, you might not know that somebody is over there, so that they know that you're starting up. You can be seen, all those things. Yeah, doing that thing. ForeFlight has a night and dark mode. I feel like I should know this. Does it just come up, or does it do it for you? So my number one instructor has one more flight yet to do tonight, and he's sending me he's sending me pics. Oh, it's so cool. Sorry, 1 second. And then yes, I need to know more about this night flight or the dark mode. I feel like I probably have it. Is it set to like do your device sort of thing? Day night overlay. Sorry. Oh, based on your system setting. Okay, yes. You can override it either way and invert. Oh, yes, invert the chart colors. I have tried that and it freaks me out, but I might have to try that again at some point. All landings and time things should just all be 1 hour. I think it's the whole. There's a reason for it, I think, because you only need so many landings, but you need a lot more night time. So I don't know. I'm not specifically sure why they have it like that. You don't know why there are 19 different rules for what night is. I do. I feel like it has something to do with that, where you can get the what's the word? Get that nighttime in, but then the landings you have to actually make sure that you can do, because I have, when I was doing the night flying, especially into my home airport, I didn't want to land. At one point, I didn't want to land after an hour because it really is dark, and it was what is it? The airport I fly into isn't, my home airport isn't lit, so it's kind of like flying into a black hole. So it's like I could get that little bit of extra nighttime, but I didn't necessarily need the landing. So as long as I landed about after civil twilight, then yeah. Yeah, I get that little bit of extra nighttime. If that makes sense. Yeah, you can invert it after you're already blind. Right, yeah, that's fair. But I keep it on like straight, what's the word? Um like entire system is on lowest brightness setting. Spatial de-hazard, yes. To learn to cope. I'm concerned about that. Oh, I'm trying to make a pun, but I can't. Not that. I was gonna make a Christmas pun, but then I was like, I can't. I cannot bring myself to do that in October. So yes, um, that has been a thing with, especially if you're doing IFR and all of those charts are bright friggin' white. Just make sure it's on the lowest setting, and yeah, hope for the best. Or like you said, night mode, which I'm still, yeah. I have to fly at night more. I need to get better at it. So yes, so starting up, put those lights on so that other people can see you, because especially the airports that I fly in, they are not lit up, so you might not be able to see if there is an airplane trying to start up over there in the darkness. And then taxiing. You want to keep and have those lights on. You got your anti-collision, you got your position lights. With strobes, however, you don't want to put those on necessarily because you don't want to blind other people. You have your taxi and landing lights. Again, try just the taxi light because don't want to blind other people. And use your airport diagram, because at night, even if you have those lights, it is more difficult to see the markings on the pavement, the signs on either side. So yeah, use your airport diagram to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, holding where you're supposed to hold, all the good things. In flight, then we have to worry about that. In flight, you do have a lack of visual cues because it is dark out. So especially, so you're gonna have to trust your instruments a lot more than you would during the day, especially on takeoff and climb out. When you are nose up, the ground lighting might not be visible over the nose, so it becomes easy to lose visual reference or lose your reference to the horizon, especially on moonless or overcast nights. And then we have our illusions, in-flight illusions. We have ice flags, the two that we're going to talk about. Here are false horizon and autokinesis. So false horizon can be caused by it. I want to say slanted, but that's not angled ground lighting, stars, or clouds. That if you orient yourself to that, thinking that that is the actual horizon, that can put you into a dangerous situation. Autokinesis is where, oh shoot, you can't really see it. Hang on, I meant to do something about that. New, there. New. Kennedy, no. That was dark. Sorry. Autokinesis is where stationary lights appear to be moving. So if you focus too much on them or for too long a period of time, they can appear to be moving, and you, if you navigate or orient yourself to that perceived movement, you can again put yourself into a dangerous situation, spatial disorientation, all the not good things. And the one time when I went night flying with my instructor, and I brought that up, and I asked him about it, and he said, yeah, it's usually more like stars, because I realized as I was asking him the question, I was like, oh, if I look at a light that's too close to me, it actually is moving because of my own movement. So yes, it is. It's more like stars or further away lights, not ones that are just like off to the side. So yeah, keep that in mind. And then we were in flight, and now we talk about our approach. Yay, we're almost done. More lighting. In order to find where we need to go, we can look for our airport beacon. So what we're looking for is an alternating green and white light. And when we find that, we will know that that is an airport. What we need to look out for, though, are lights along a straight path or even a train can look like a potential runway. So if we end up lining up with that, as well as descending towards it, that could put us into the path of obstacles, or put us into the path of obstacles, or put ourselves into the path of obstacles. Especially if we don't catch it early enough and then land on top of the train. Don't do that. I have definitely had, like, I've seen bridges and been like, oh, that like kind of looks like a runway, and then it doesn't end up being. So yes, being aware of that. Pilot controlled lighting, that is our star L on our sectional. So the star means that limitations exist. Usually they are pilot controlled. So what happens is you go onto your, hang on. Yes. You go onto your frequency, the CTAF, and you can click the mic a number of times within a span of, I believe it is 5 seconds. I could be wrong about, oh my gosh, I don't have that on there. That was one of those things where I knew it and now I've forgotten it. But what you do is you just click it, click the mic to get them onto low intensity. It's 3 clicks, medium intensity, 5 clicks, high is 7 clicks. It's either 5 or 7 seconds. But be aware that the higher the brightness of the lights, that makes the runway look closer than it is, and you might fly a higher approach. Also, it could blind you, so figure out what is comfortable for your approach and utilize that setting. Then we have our black hole. Sorry, this. Yeah, here. Yep, final thing, there. Hello! Slangdog Adventures, thank you for the raid. How is it going? How are you doing? How is your stream? What were you doing? Welcome, everyone. We are just finishing a non-lesson, my practice ground lesson of night operations. And then we will be getting into the aircraft. So yes, I hope you're well. Appreciate you all being here. And I talked a little bit earlier, since my home airport is not lit. It's kind of like a black hole approach. When you are descending into basically darkness, and there aren't like those visual cues, ground lighting to give you a clue of how high you actually are, you may end up flying a too low approach and not make the runway, run into obstacles. So be aware of that. You're hopping down the Mississippi and landing at every private grass strip you could find, and the one that you couldn't. So that sounds fun. Why did you decide to do that? Thank you for the follow, Fireheart Macbeth 12. I appreciate you very much. That's so much fun. Yeah, so my home airport in real life is grass strip. So I do. I have a soft spot in my heart for all those little grass strips. Thank you for the follow, Crazy Dog 08. I do. I appreciate you all so much, and I can't speak. I'm sorry. Yes, and then on landing. Wait, hang on. Oh, sorry. So keeping all of that stuff in mind, when you find your runway, you got your lights set and everything, make sure you fly a normal standard traffic pattern, include all your checklists, do everything the same that you usually do, entering the pattern, making your calls, all the good things. And when I say include the checklists, I mean include the checklist, because one of the things you want to make sure that you use on landing is your landing light. Especially on moonless nights, as well as if your night vision has been reduced because you turned the runway lights on a little too bright. That landing light is going to come in very handy as you're rounding out for that flare. I know from experience that it is difficult to kind of see where exactly you're supposed to touch down if you try landing without a landing light at night. So it's a good thing actually to practice in case you end up burning out a light en route. I have a story about that. Long-standing series you call River Run. Nice. 3rd season. You did the Columbia, then the, Susquehanna, Chesapeake Bay, and now the Mississippi. Oh, that's super cool. So, like, is that, I guess you probably couldn't go the whole way in one evening. So where are you at? Like, are you at the beginning? Are you at, like, the middle? Are you at, like, the end? That's super fun. And when you say one that you couldn't find, does that make it an off-field approach? Or is it more like a pseudo off-field, semi-off-field? So yes, so I did. So we were practicing for one of them. I was with my instructor. We were just practicing getting current. We were both getting current. We just pounded the pattern, did our landings, and I completely forgot to put the landing light on. And I start getting down there, and I was like, oh, crap. And it was a moment of, okay, so a couple things I could do. I could reach down, pop it out. I could right away go around, which is always an option. Or since my instructor is there, I could try it. And it was a little bit more firm of a landing, but it worked out. It was fine. Second story I have about that is I was going night flying because I had to do solo night flying for my commercial certificate. And so I was taking off from my home airport Checked everything, did my proper pre-flight. All the things were working. Landing light, taxi light, amazing, perfect. Oh, there. So in that airplane, my home airplane, the landing light, it's okay. So you have your little switch. You pull it out one, and that's the taxi light. You pull it out two, and then that adds the landing light. But in that plane, using the landing light, so both of those bulbs, pops a circuit breaker. So I got used to just using the taxi light as the landing light. But both of the bulbs were working. I went flying. I was landing at my first airport. I was getting some cross country in there too. Oh, sorry. In fact, even if you don't use the landing light, you can still tell how high you are if you wait for the solid smack of the runway underneath you. That is an absolute fact. You were in southern Wisconsin, eastern Iowa, northwestern Illinois tonight. Wound up doing just a low pass over where you thought the runway was supposed to be, but it wasn't smooth enough to land. Gosh darn it. Okay, fair enough. So you went on to the next. Oh, that's super fun. Well, I'm glad you were able to kind of find it, and it was just because it wasn't in the sim. That's the issue. That's sad. I hope that I don't know. I think they do a pretty good job of getting a lot of different small airports in there. But like there's been times where it shows in the sim, it shows airports that I can't find on ForeFlight, and then there are airports that I find on ForeFlight or in the sectional that aren't in the sim. So like I don't know where they get the data from. And that was your conclusion. Okay, fair enough. Very nice. Well, I'm glad it went well and there were no disasters trying to land. And I hope the rest of it goes well as well. Your crew demands a trip outside now that you're done. Yeah, bring on nonstop. Okay. Oh, wait, you're wet. Oh, cute, your puppy crew. Sounds good. Let me get to my lesson. It's not a lesson. It is not a lesson. This is a practice flow. See my disclaimer below. But yes, thank you. Thank you again for the raid. I appreciate you being here. Have fun with the puppies. And yes, hope to see you again soon. All the good things. Sim lesson. It's still questionable, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Good night. Good night. Yes. So I was on my way. Sorry, I'm almost done. We're almost done. We're like here. But I did. I was flying cross country to my first point of landing, and I turn on my taxi light, landing light. And I look out because you have to make sure you look out to see if the landing light is on. And I was like, it must be the angle because I definitely checked it beforehand, but I can't see it being on. So I get into the pattern and I turn in and I'm coming into land and I realize there is no landing light. And I was like, oh my gosh, because what happens? If it's burned out, am I going to be able to get back? Plus all the other things. So I did. I was like, I practiced this before. I have faith in myself. And it is. It's lit enough where I can make it work. And I did. And I made it work. And it was good. It was fine. And then I realized I was trying to taxi and it was kind of difficult because I couldn't see out in front of me. And then I realized, you know what? I'm going to try something. Pop it out to the landing light and that light goes on. So somewhere in between my pre-flight and that landing, or when I turned it on, the taxi light burned out. So upset. But I got to keep going, so that was okay. That was nice. So yes, don't assume that it's angles that you can't see the landing light. Yeah. So, and again, go arounds are always an option, including if you forget to turn on your landing light. And they have the same issues as takeoff, where when you're in that nose up position, you can lose reference to the horizon because of that lack of ground cues. Sorry, could not figure out how to grammaticize that. as well as the added stress. You have that added stress of whatever caused you to go around. So being aware of that. Emergencies, you have, again, a lot fewer visual cues at night. So it might seem like you'd want to aim for lit areas, but usually the lit areas like roads and such are where your population is, as well as like power lines and stuff along roads. So you're actually going to want to aim for the dark areas if you're out of range of an airport. Hopefully you're going to be able to just glide over to an airport, but if you're out of range of that, aim for the dark areas. However, well, that's the other thing is when you're flight planning, plan to airports so that you're always within range if that's possible, or actually follow a road, because it's kind of a toss up with that. I brought this up to my instructor. I put that whole aim for the dark areas thing, and he's like, nah, I would flight plan along on like larger highways, because that's potentially going to give you your best bet. So yeah. And that's night operations. Yay! Let's get in the sim. Oh, first, hang on. Nope, not that one. Not that one. This one. Da-da-da. Oops. I will get all the stuff together first. Turn that on, turn that on. Not that one. Turn that on. Make sure track IR is working. That is good. And now we get the sim. Whee! IFR, I follow roads and rivers. Exactly. But yeah, it is. Night flying is. It's a lot of fun, but especially I got used to it. I was actually able to land at my Black Hole Airport once. I did one go around, and then I was able to land, and it was like, oh, okay, I got it now. The next time that I went, here we go. We're figuring out where we're going. The next time that I did, I couldn't make it happen. I went and I went around. I went down and I went around. I want to say it was this same night that the landing light didn't quite work. Or, yeah, that the taxi light burned out. But yeah, I went around, didn't work. Came in again, didn't feel right, went around. And that happened like 4 times. And by that point, I was like, okay, I don't think... At this point, I think I'm just like wearing myself down. So I went and I flew to Towered Airport that I knew I could land at, and the owner of the airport, my home airport, he texts me and he's like, "Do you need a ride?" And I was like, "Yes, please." I do. I love my home airport. I miss it so much. I haven't been back in a while, and I need to. But yeah, so I found out I had looked to see if I had made sure that I would have a moon that night. And it turns out it was overcast. So I didn't think about that at the time. Plus, I had been using the speeds that my commercial instructor had taught me. And it was higher than I could use at that airport because it has obstacles and it's a short grass runway. So that was the issue. But then, so I got a little daunted by that. And then we've been doing, the night flight that I've been doing recently has been from the right seat, which completely throws me off. So yeah, it's great. Full moons are nice. Yes, they are. But it is. It's definitely something to get better at. And yeah, I do. I just need to do it more. Get more comfortable with it. Yeah. So where are we going? Do I have weather? Is there no weather? Yeah. Okay, so where shall we go? We're gonna keep it in the green area. So where do we not we can go like somewhere over on the coast. That could be fun. And as all oops. You did a night landing as a first time with an instructor way back when, and all he says is, so next time turn on the landing light, maybe. So, and that guy was awesome. Right. So did he notice the whole time and he was seeing if you would notice? Or did he like notice right at the threshold as well? That's so cool. And cuz you do as pilots, you do need whoa, that's interesting. Sorry. As pilots, you do need to like have those experiences where you need to get out of them yourself. So having instructors like that let you make mistakes is the best thing for you. Oh god, yeah, he knew the whole time. I do. When stuff like that happens, I just imagine instructor just like staring, eyes moving, staring at you, eyes moving. There's been so many times where my instructors, I know that they've been doing that, cause yeah, and on one hand it's like embarrassing, but then it's like everybody goes through it, and if you can get through it, it's a better learning experience all around. Oh gosh, Martin, should we do Martin County? Let us do Martin County. Kilo Mike Charlie Zulu. Other thing. Oh yeah, I was in case my drawing wasn't quite good enough, I had that ready, but it worked out. So I had a thought again. I didn't have a chance to prep for this. So what I was thinking was going back to our where is it? The straight and level stuff. It sounds weird, but like straight and level turns, climbs, and descents, like the basics seem so weird to teach because it seems like it should be so easy. What am I doing? Where is, hang on. Oh, there it is, straight and level flight. All right, so I will quick run through things that I should probably hopefully remember. So the effect and use of flight controls, integrated flight instruction method, outside and instrument references used for pitch, bank, yaw, and power control, cross-check and interpretation of those references, and the control procedure used. Trim procedure. We won't be able to do that because this trim button is ish. Methods that can be used to overcome tenseness and over-controlling. I'll get to that. Common errors are failure to cross-check and correctly interpret outside and instrument references, application of control movements rather than pressures. Oh, errors, yes. Application of control movements rather than pressures. Uncoordinated use of flight controls, faulty trim procedure, demonstrates simultaneously explains straight and level flight from an instructional standpoint, analyzes and corrects simulated common errors related to straight and level flight, level turns, effect and use of flight controls, integrated flight instruction, outside, all of the same things. Cross-check, use pressures, uncoordination, faulty altitude. Oh yes, and bank control. Yes, all the same things. So straight climbs, climbing turns. Oh, but there was a specific thing. There was a specific thing where it was climbs for airspeed versus rate, and I don't remember where those were. So I will hopefully remember to do that. Your instructor was like that too. Just wait and tell you after you screw up, then calmly say whatever you needed. Right, exactly. But that is the best way to learn. The things that I remember the most were the mistakes that I made. So that's awesome that and not and to be able to do that and not be mean about it. Like, yeah, just using it as a learning experience. A very, what's the word? Collaborative learning experience. Kilo, Mike, Charlie, Zulu, I believe is what we said. So, and we'll see how this goes. I apologize in advance. I don't have my script, but we're gonna try. If you remember correctly, it was a bright moon night, so not a ton of danger. Right, exactly. And that was one of the things that it actually said in my what's the word? I used the BIN's lesson plans as sort of like a launching point for my own lesson plans. Yeah, so one of the things that it said is it is a good technique to have to be able to land without a landing light, because it technically is not necessary. It's not regulatory to use it. It's just very good to do. And then again, like if something were to happen where landing light burns out, like mine freaking did, kind of, it's a good thing to be able to do. So yeah, probably why you didn't even turn it on in the first place, but it's still fun. Oh, fair enough. Right. Like if it's super dark, you're going to be like, I can't see anything. And then be like, yes, I should probably turn that landing light on. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yes, that is. Well, and then that's the thing too, because my instructor, commercial instructor, his whole thing is like turn the landing light off when you're at like a decent altitude after takeoff, because hang on, let me there. Yeah, turn your landing light off when you're at a decent altitude after takeoff, because otherwise it just kind of like shifts your focus weirdly and it just kind of like reflects off the propeller and it's just weird. So I think I was doing that, but we were in the pattern. So I would turn it off and then I would need to immediately turn it back on downwind. But then I forgot it. So then I stopped turning it off in the pattern. He was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Being able to adjust for circumstances is a good trait to have. There's no stars tonight. It must be overcast. Let us see, shall we? Well, I guess we'll see what happens. Also had it where the lights went out completely on short. What? Never clicked the mic so fast in your life. Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine. Like, so you ended up still landing at that point? Because I don't know, in that situation, I'm not sure what I would do. If I would just be like, freaking go around, or I don't know. Because I can only imagine. You have all those visual cues and then everything just goes freaking black. Oh my gosh. And I guess that's a thing too that my I remember from number 1 instructor was when we were doing instrument training, is be aware of when you're turning the lights on, because they're on like a 15-minute timer, is it? So if you turn them on too early in the approach, in the instrument approach, they're going to turn off by the time you actually get to the runway. So I kept that little nugget for just visual approaches too. And yeah, hello. Splashers, thank you for the raid. How is it going? How is your stream? What were you doing? Welcome everyone. We're getting in the plane with Ducky. Yes. We're also swapping nighttime IRL flying stories of things that went wrong. So yes, that's been fun. Because it does when you're doing stuff and stuff happens, and it does. It feels like this. I'm the only one that this has happened to, and I should feel bad. But knowing that it's not just me. Right. Yes. Hello, Charlie. It's one of the L's in the tuple checklist. I have not heard of the tuple checklist, have I? What is the tuple checklist? Hello, flying Sumatra to Java tonight. Why were you doing that? What was the decision-making process there, and how did it go? Okay, yes. So, we did the thing. We are checking the things. So, we take a picture of the Hobbs and tack, because that is how we figure out how to pay for things. Pitot heat, nav lights. I don't have a strobe light, so beacon, taxi, landing light. And I did. It bothers me so much that I checked it during pre-flight. I will never not be salty about that. Checked it. Why does that not look like it's on? We will see. Oh, did I not? I either didn't turn them on or I have a pop circuit breaker. Which one is it? We have a popped circuit breaker. Look at that. This is why we do pre-flight. Excellent. They timed out on you just after turning final. Kind of a shock, right, when everything went black. But then again, when they came back on, oh my gosh, I can't imagine. Oh. So, okay, so I would ask then, if it happened again, would you hang on. Did I do all the things? Yep, fuel. Excellent. Grasp the pitot tube, feel that heat, turn it off. Would you go around, or do you feel comfortable doing the clickage again? All right. So, chicken, we are going to do pre-flight. You are going to listen carefully. So we check our static port, we check our vents, our pitot tube and drain hole, fuel vent, stall horn, drain a little bit of fuel from the wing, make sure that it is nice and blue. Well, I say nice and blue, but it's very faint. So you might want to put it up to something like a white background. Then you can see that nice tint. Give it a little sniff. Tilt it a little bit to make sure any bubbles that might be in the bottom, which is water, are visible. Make sure there's no sediment in it. And then dump it out on the ground. Check the flaps. Wiggle the rod a little bit. Lift that aileron, check all those connections, wiggle that rod a little bit, check the tire, make sure that looks good, all the antennas. Check the elevator and the rudder connections. Check that trim tab, and then chicken, you can do the other side. Chicken does the other side, passes with flying colors. And then we check our oil there. Sorry, we check our oil there, but since we're in here, we check our oil here. Maintenance. 6.6, that is good. We like to keep it between 4.5 to 5, but I think I accidentally filled it up a little bit full last time. Or it filled it up itself, I can't remember. So yeah, so we're just gonna let it burn off. We drain a little bit of fuel from there, strain it underneath as well. Check the leading edges of our propellers for any cracks or nicks. Alternator belt, make sure it's nice and taut. Exhaust port, make sure it doesn't wiggle much. Air intake, make sure that's clear. Nose wheel clearance, about like a hand. And yeah, there we go. You were comfy with turning them back on. You were at least a mile out. Okay, fair enough. Nice. Yeah, it is, but I can only imagine just like the just that loss of visual references, and then yeah, getting it back it gets the bottom puckering. I would assume. So we did the thing. We can put that down. Yes, correct. Amazing. Excellent. Then we do our Fuel's on both. Just kidding. We're in a 150. Fuel is on. That's my 172 checklist. Fuel's on both. Fuel's on both. Trim for takeoff. Circuit breakers. But we're also going to check them. Since one of them was out earlier, why wouldn't another one be? There it is. Okay. Voop. Circuit breakers. But Brakes, pedal test. Passenger briefing. No talking during takeoff and landing. Seatbelts on at all times. Exits out the doors to the left and right. For now, make sure they are shut and locked. I have not yet in real life actually tried to take off with the chocks on. I will say that. I have started it up with the cowl cover on, but we're not going to talk about that. I didn't break anything. I definitely thought that I did, and this was way back when I had less experience. So, if that helps at all, yes. Oh, I can. It is. It's a good experience to have though, because like, what if all of a sudden all of the lights just generally went out? You have that experience now. Okay. Did the things. And now we seat track back and lock, chicken. And then avionics are off, autopilot's irrelevant, carb heat is out, beacon goes on, prime it, illume. Mixture goes full rich, throttle goes slight, clear left, clear right, clear ahead, clear back. You know, actually technically, instead of, hang on. Instead of doing pushback, how do I, can I like, ooh, can I, gosh darn it, hang on. Can I, does the rudder not affect pushback? Okay, all right, shift P, we're good. There. Now we should hopefully be able to, okay. And my handheld flashlight check. Let me find it. How's it going? Yes, I'm trying to. So my instructor got all the same cords for all of his devices now, including his flashlight. And he was making cracks at me because I have all different cords now. And then I was like, well, what happens if you can't charge your flashlight? Mine has batteries, so what now? That's all I got. Did the thing. Clear left, clear right, clear ahead, clear back, clear prop. New. Brakes are set. Keep that around 1,000. Get all our stuff on. Taxi. Mixture comes out. Flaps. Oops, wrong button. Flaps come up. On. Boom. MSBS does have a handheld flashlight. Hang on. Do I know this? But it doesn't. It doesn't it? Is it? Hello. How is it going? Question mark. Aha. Is it okay? Is it properly working? Yes. Hello. Can you actually see it during the day? Because I know I've used it at night, I think. Checking our weather and figuring out where we're going. What am I checking? That's what I'm doing. Doing this. Start flight tracking. Way over there. So we're gonna go. Oh, sorry. I can actually check the weather on here. I forgot. Meetar. Kilo Mike Charlie Zulu, the 18th at 0345 Zulu, does math. It is the most recent. You never checked it in the daytime. I was trying to check it, and things were clicking, but I couldn't see anything. Automated, 0 degrees at 0 knots, so wind is calm, 10 statute miles. Visibility, overcast at 6,500. Temperature is at 12 degrees Celsius. Dew point is 11 degrees Celsius. Altimeter 3012 remarks AO2, differentiates precipitation. Temperature is 11.9er. Dew point is 11.1. So 3012, wind is calm. Ooh, look at that pressure difference. Let us check to make sure. It is about 700-ish feet. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I know how to read an altimeter. 75. 75 is right, yes, because that is not very close to that, which means that is based in, yeah. Those tiny, tiny elevations, I am not used to, apparently. Okay. Did the things? We will be taking off from, I think we'll do 03. Oops. 03 and then just go straight out. That looks amazing, yes. All right, let us do the things. So, I will try to do the things. I've been trying to practice the more involved, more thorough pre-flight briefing. So we will see how that goes. So, if I am taxiing here. So, we are taking off 03. Let me make sure I'm turning the correct direction. Yes, I am. Taking off 03. Our wind is calm, so we don't need to worry about cross or headwind. If our aircraft should be able to get off of the ground before the 1,000-footers. So if we are not off the ground at the 1,000-footers or before the 1,000-footers, we are going to stop on the runway and go troubleshoot things, check things out. If we lose our engine after takeoff with remaining runway, we will land right on the runway. If it is after takeoff and no remaining runway and below 1,000 feet, we will land straight ahead within 30 degrees. If it is after takeoff, no runway remaining, and above 1,000 feet, we will consider a turn back to the runway. But otherwise, we will also land straight ahead. Ooh, is this right? Yes, this is correct. We have now reached our cruising altitude of 30 feet. Right. Oh. And that's why I like practicing in a variety of different situations, because I'm not used to the altimeter reading that long. So then I messed it up. Okay, so hello, where are we at? We are at, hang on, Kilo, Mike, Charlie, Zulu. I believe that is correct. I will pin it. Yes, Kilo, Mike, Charlie, Zulu, correctamundo. We will do our pre-flight, not pre-flight, run up, that thing. I will, okay, I haven't actually flown in like a week, and this feels like I should be better at this. So this is why proficiency and currency are not the same thing. Okay. Well, I did not put my landing light on, did I? I didn't mean to. Okay. Did the thing. Keep that at 1,000. All right. So, Fuel is on. Trim for takeoff. Flight controls. Oh, yes, I need this. Am I a little too far over? Yes, I am. Just a little smidgen too far over. Because I end up... yes. No. Just a little... I end up leaning over anyway, so... Flight controls. We go in and we make a square like this. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we go in. Thumb goes up on that side. Up mine. Makes a square. Thumb goes up on that side. Aileron goes up on that side. Up yours. Complete the square. And then up ours. Because we are children. But you remember it. Checking all the things. Instrument good. Good, good, good. DG's good. That's good. Good, good, good. Primer is in and locked. Mixtures best in power. Then we bring it up to 1700. Oop. Carb heat. Watch that drop. And back. One click to the left. Watch that drop and back. 2 clicks to the left. Watch that drop. Back. Checking the vacuum ammeter. Checking our vacuum. Oil pressure. Temperature. Whoosh, throttle out. Idle check. Excellent. Alrighty. We are where? Martin County? Can I just say that? Martin County. Williamston. Martin County traffic, Cessna Hotel Tree 1 Delta 1 departing 3 directly out. Martin County. All right, mixture goes full rich. Do our greens check. Green, green, carb heat, flaps, trim, fuel. Landing light. Boom. All right. So, oh, I almost forgot. Rotating at 65. I think we're rotating at 60 in this aircraft. It might be 55. Climbing out at... oops. Climb out in the aircraft that I fly is 75. And this one is potentially 60. Oh, I'm leaning. Sorry. Ah. Gosh darn it. There. We can go like that. Up to 2,000 feet. Or... I see a person. Do I? Right? Is there... What you doing over there? Should we make this a short field takeoff? We'll do that. Are we going to talk? Oh, we could. We could at the end. Remind me. Yes, we can. We could do that. Are you coming or am I going or I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. We're gonna do a short field. Not something we would do in real. Oh, are you? I can't tell. Okay, not something we would do in real life, but it's a sim, so. All right. So, short field takeoff. Brakes are set. Fuel goes full, and we go. Oh, throttle. Wait, did I already pass you? Oh, you're over there now. Okay. Hello. All right, so we did a short field. So we would have climbed out at our best angle of climb, or VX. Which in the aircraft that I fly, I believe is 70. This one might be 65? You're back! Your CFI check ride is Thursday. Ooh, okay. Are you so ready to go and do it and have it done with? How are things? How are things? Right rudder! Oh, yes. Oh, yes. How has the training and the studying been going? Yeah. So do you have to, is it at your airport or do you have to fly somewhere? All right, so again, we're going to practice flows, kind of. This was the lesson that did not quite go well with my instructor, because we went over the things, but for some reason, it was just weird trying to actually get the words. So we'll see how that goes. Still a stressful check ride, right? Because it's nothing like we've done before, right? So you're nervous, of course, and that's good though. A little bit of nerves is good. My instructor gave me a great analogy, sort of a thing. Like, there's white stress levels, yellow stress levels, orange stress levels, and red stress levels. So I think it's like keep it at like yellow, maybe a little bit of orange stress level. And that's good. That's where, like, the sweet spot where you're supposed to be. And you do have to fly somewhere. Fair. Yep. But your DP seems more chill than others, which is good. And it's not too terrible on what he wants. Can I ask? Like, what specific things? All right. So, I'm going to try to... Oops, hang on. So we're going to be practicing the straight and level flight, turns, climbs, and descents. And see how well that works. Because again, it seems like those should be the easiest parts. But I definitely just got incredibly tongue-tied trying to actually get it out during the lesson. Training went well, good. You were sat on all 3 flights. Okay, did every maneuver once and passed each one. Nice, but you got an extra flight to embed your confidence. Nailed your landings and everything you were stressing about. Good, but you've been waiting around for 3 weeks for this check ride. Oh gosh. They scheduled you for the 29th of this month, but you got a message. Oh, but you got a message this morning. Wait, it's Tuesday, so that's 2 days. Oh, okay. I don't know days of the week right now. I'm sorry. So you got an earlier one. Nice. Yeah, sure. Let you pull the thing up and you will lay it out. Okay, sounds good. Hi, how's it going? I hope well. Good to see you. I am going to attempt my flows, except, yeah. Like, we will. Here, let me. I kind of want to just, like, pop up the things. Hello! God, I hate this trim button. Oops. Well, first I'll just try and remember what my instructor, what I went over with my instructor. Ooh. Sorry. Gosh darn it. That was amazing. So yeah, so straight and level flight. So our 4 fundamental flight, I already don't remember what they're called. 4 fundamentals of flight are straight and level, just going for it. Our turns, our climbs, and our descents. So when we're in straight and level flight, We're cruising along. We are... Hello. We are putting our cowling, hang on, leaning on my rudder pedals. We're putting our cowling a little bit, gosh darn it, below the horizon. I feel like I need to zoom in a little bit. And we do. Since we're VFR, we want to make sure that we are orientating to our visual cues and not just relying on our instruments. We can use that to verify, but I might be... So yeah, so as we're cross-checking, our speed should be about the same. Our attitude, that should be level. Our altimeter should not be going down. And if we see our altimeter going down, we can also cross-check with our VSI and notice, oh no, we are, in fact, going down. Your teaching was phenomenal. Both instructors were impressed. Yay! And said they didn't have to tell you anything or tell you how to teach. That's awesome. So that was really helpful and nice to know. Yeah, sorry, forgot to add your check ride. It's 2 days from now in that last picture. No, you said Thursday, but I'm like really bad with days of the week apparently. Like honestly it is. It's, yeah. it's been, yes, whirlwind of not nothing, but nothing all that interesting. So I should have like gotten that in there. So no worries. So yes, that'll be good. Are there any final things that you're doing, or are you just kind of like chilling for a little bit before then? So yes, and when we don't want to grip the yoke too hard. We want to fly with like 2 fingers. So that was one of the things in my lesson is my instructor, I could see he was gripping the yoke so that I would say something about it. And I was just sitting there looking at it, trying to figure out how to be like, yeah, no, don't do that. I don't know. It was, hello. It was a disaster. So yes, so we want gentle pressures, not manhandling the thing. We want nice, gentle pressures. And as we are doing straight and level, since we are VFR, and we are following our visual cues, for going straight, we can cross-check with our heading, but we look out at the distance, and we find a spot that is straight ahead of us, and we aim for that. And if we start getting off one way or the other, then we can correct. So then when we're turning, we use our yoke. Again, I know the things that's been one of my issues, is like I can fly the thing, I can explain the things, but I cannot do the things together. So I say we turn the yoke, and I'm like, is that the correct term to use? So we turn our yoke to roll our plane. We talked about flight controls last time. So in a turn, all of your control surfaces are being used. You're rolling into the turn with your yoke. You are correcting for adverse yaw with your rudder, and you are accounting for and correcting for that loss of vertical lift with a little bit of application of the elevator. So we keep ourselves level with the horizon. And we do it nice and gentle. And for rolling into it, we can look at our attitude indicator here. We have these lines. First one's 10 degrees, second one's 20 degrees, and then we have 30 degrees. We don't want to go much more over, or we don't want to go over 30 degrees. We'll just say that. there. We have turned a nice 180 degrees. And then in our right turn, we are going to need even more right rudder for that turn. Not that much. So nice and smooth and gentle like. Oh, okay. Okay, so FOIs. He looks at a packet that he will go off of. He will touch a lot of stuff but not go in depth. Okay. Do FOIs but only cares about a few things for each one. Okay. Subject areas. Touched on most of everything but not in depth at all. Runway incursions, yes. Likes to see your PowerPoint and see how you talk about it. And if he thinks it's pretty solid, he'll cut it short. Okay. Ask what needs to be in the aircraft to be legal. Show performance charts. How your PTO works. How you pre-flight. Part 1. Okay. Part 2. Tolls. Teach and talk. Normal takeoff. Okay. I'm just going to like make sure I'm leveled out. There we go. Sorry. Did a few maneuvers like 2/3. Like 2/3 of them. He does the short field and you talk about it. Okay. Stops on the runway. Makes you do a short field takeoff. Come back to do a normal landing. He'll mess it up sorta and wants corrections. Oops. Seems like you do 2 out of 4 maneuvers and he does, 2 out of 4 maneuvers and you have to correct him. Oh, interesting. Okay. After that, ground reference is S turns and 8s on pylons. And then engine out procedure. After that, if you pass all that, it's on the way back home. That doesn't seem too bad. So that'll be good. I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear. I cannot wait to hear about it. So yeah, that's a check ride. There are a few little things, but people add on to this, but nobody really added much. So, okay. It means it's about the same every time. Right. No, 2 or 3. Right. I did. I got that at a point. Sorry. And yeah, not horrible. And that's a thing that I have heard as well, is that it's usually the oral that's the worst. And if you can pass that, you're likely to pass in general. So yeah, if you're solid on all of the oral stuff, that should be good. Oh, that will. I am. I'm so excited for you. Will you be letting us know as soon as possible? But yeah, that seems pretty chill. And I did not think about the whole having. I should probably see where we are. We're actually going to turn around the other way. Like I've thought in passing about that, like, what am I gonna do versus what is he gonna do? But yeah, that would be good to know that. Do I know how to side slip? I do. Hang on. So, okay. I still get side slips and front slips mixed up. Front slip is you're like so, right? Where you're slipping forward, right? And then side slip is you're slipping, gosh darn it. Like with your, that's like no, that's forward slip to a landing. Forward slip to a landing is when your side is into the, you're going like that. And then side slip is the other one. I'm really not good at slipping in the sim, though. I got really good at it in real life during commercial, but yeah, I'm not good at it in the sim. You'll put it in Discord. Okay, I am. I'm so looking forward to it. Soon get your 5 minutes of fame. Side slip is when you want to lose airspeed. Front slip, never heard that. You just call it wind correction. And now I'm forward slip to a landing. Oh, did I say that incorrectly? I probably said that incorrectly. Can I do Chandelle's? I can do Chandelle's. Should I try to do a Chandelle? So we were doing our hello, by the way. How's it going? I can try to do my flow. We did that last time. So Chandelle's are a maximum performance 180-degree turn. We did our clearing turns. We can do a clearing turn. Okay. So we turn 90 degrees one way, lift that wing, scan that horizon, keep our nose, scanning, scanning, scanning. We go 90 degrees one way and then 90 degrees the other way. So we're looking underneath that lifted wing for any obstacles or potential traffic. Like that one. And then we lift our other wing and we look out that way. Ah. Or we could do a 180 degree turn, looking just out the one window. And then yes, our Chandells are for getting out of tight situations where you don't want to, you want to turn around in the least amount of space and gain as much altitude as possible. So what you're gonna end up doing, what we're gonna end up doing is we start from cruise flight. We start from cruise flight and we are going to roll into abrupt isn't the right word. Roll firmly into, and that is, I feel like that's one of the things that is the worst for me is I get stuck on a word, like it doesn't seem like the right word and I don't want to say the wrong word. And then just the rest of everything just goes down the drain. So yeah, so we're gonna roll into a firm 30 degree bank. And then power goes to full as we start pitching up to about 15 degrees. We should reach our 15 degrees at about our 90 degree point. And then we hold that pitch as we keep decreasing our bank to our 180 degree point. At which point we should be just below stall speed. And we might just hear that little smidgen of a stall horn. So we will try the thing. I said front slip, I'm sorry. See, and that's the thing, is like my brain, like front and forward are the same thing because it's an F and an O and an R. Hello! And they kind of meanish the same thing. So yeah, and then I do that. Chandells are the best and lazy eights are the worst. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've minded either of them. It just is. I get so freaking tongue-tied. Do I know when I want to do my checker? Spring? My instructor and I were aiming for like within a couple of months, and I just really don't feel comfortable with it because he's going off to airline training soonish. So we were trying to get it done by then, and I'm just like, you know what? I can't do it. So the kind of ish plan is while we're going to bang through all the stuff that hopefully he needs to help me with and be there for. And then when he's in training, I can just like really crank through stuff, practice the flows, get comfortable in the right seat and everything. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I would like it to be probably like at least early-ish next year. But I don't know. We'll see. That's okay. As long as I admit it, I will be fine. Yeah. I don't like it though. I don't know. It will. That's why. Just keeping on practicing it. So yes. So Chandelle, we did the thing. So we roll into our 30 degree bank and we power up. We start pitching. Get to our 90 degree point, and then we start see my pitch is coming down a little bit. Got to keep that pitch coming up. Oops, not like that. Pitch coming up, pitch coming up, pitch coming up, or not pitch coming up, sorry. My pitch had to come up. Sorry. See, I say things like that, and so the pitch I had to bring up again because I lost it in that first part of the turn. But then you're supposed to just maintain the pitch that you got to at 90 degrees, which I didn't. which is a common error that I meant to show you. And then yes, once you hit that 180-degree point, which I overshot a bit because I panicked because I was saying the wrong thing. Then you make sure that you gently lower the nose and get back to cruise. You don't want to lose any of that altitude that you just gained. So yeah, don't just drop the nose down. We'll try one to the right and we'll see if I can do that one better. I mean, I will do that one better because I meant to not do it. That's one of my favorite things about like the instructor process though, is being able to be like, I messed that up, but it was intentional, wink, wink. So yes, so we're in cruise flight again. So we're gonna do one to the right. We are gonna need that more right rudder application, or right rudder pressure, as we're going to the right. So we bank 30 degrees, nice and firm. Power in while we pitch up, nice and gentle like, nice and gentle like, nice and gentle like. Get it up to that 15 degrees. Then we hold that pitch, hold that friggin' pitch while we're decreasing that bank. Gently decreasing that bank and holding that right frickin' rudder. God dang it. This is why it's not gonna be until next year. Then we hold it. We hold it. I promise I am better in the plane. And then we come back to cruise. Yeah. You're gonna be honest, you dumb everything down as if you're talking to someone with a non-fully developed frontal cortex. Oh my gosh. May you ask why I don't feel ready? Do you see this? Like, okay, so I'm still not comfortable entirely in the right seat. Like, the visual stuff is still throwing me off. I still get tongue-tied with all of the things. And I really want to do a good job. So, yeah, it's just, I'm not there yet. I'm definitely not there yet. And I won't be for a little while. Oh, and at steep turns, you just do one to the right. My right one was the worst. I am good at steep turns, and for some reason, from the right seat and trying to teach them, I suck. And I do think it's like the whole visual thing. I'm still getting used to that, and that's again why those are the things that I'm going to be working on while instructor is at training. Is I'm just going to right seat flying, getting used to it, getting comfortable with it, and then doing all the maneuvers and stuff, as well as then being able to verbalize and not, just word vomiting and saying all the wrong things. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the thought process anyway. Hello. So yeah, so those were Chandelle's, and now since we are so high, well, we can do the climbs first. So we did straight level flight, we did our turns, we can do our descents. We'll do our descents, actually. So when we do our descent, we can either do a descent for airspeed or based on rate. So if we are doing our descent for airspeed, and we're, descending like so, we can bring power out as we are descending so that we're not getting into those bad areas on the airspeed indicator, or we can simply not descend as quickly. So it is. It ends up being a combination of elevator and throttle adjustment. And then if we wanted to do a rate, then we can pitch for our, get ourselves a steady VSI. And adjust our power and then our elevator as necessary as well. And if we want to add a turn in there, we still have to account for our loss of vertical lift, so that will cause us to adjust things as well. Make sure you're scanning, looking out for obstacles and traffic and other hazards. Oh, for the turns, I did forget the one thing. Where you start rolling out about half the degree of bank that you have in. So if you have a 30-degree bank in, you start rolling out 15 degrees from your oops, getting a little much there. 15 degrees from your starting heading, or your intended heading, I should say. So this is what you do. Take it. What do you want out of it? But your advice. You don't teach. You explain what you're doing. Right. You do have to. Fair. Okay. Okay. You do have to remember the airspeed, altitude, but you explain those as you're setting up. So you start with crack, clearance turns, reference point, airspeed, altitude, and configuration. After that, you should have said everything you needed to say. Then you, honest to God, just say what you're doing. Chandelle's constant bank, changing pitch, first 90, second 90, constant pitch, changing bank. So you're going to bank 30. But again, it is... I feel like I do get a little bit too much in my own head. And then, like, I get behind my own brain, if that makes sense. Or... yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but, like, I'll get snagged on one thing, and then I just... yeah, I don't know. I really don't like the right seat. I don't mind the right seat, but the fact that sometimes it is frustrating, and when it gets frustrating, it's like, I know how to do this, I just can't do it from this friggin' seat. And then it's like, I should be able to do it from this friggin' seat because I've been practicing. Yeah, we'll get there. Hello, we'll get there. Full power, slowly pitch up, looking at your heading bug and outside for 90-degree point. Once you pass 90-degree point, you should be at your max pitch and letting out the bank. Slowly watching airspeed, looking outside for point in traffic. Now you're looking back in, and you're getting slow, close to the reference point, and there we go. Points on your right wing now. Your speed is slow, and that's all you have to do. But again, I get it. I will bring... I am a very script-oriented person. So if I don't have the exact script, I end up tripping over myself, and then I just utterly lose it. And I am not good at improv. I have always hated improv. So yeah, that's a thing. Also walked around the house or driving and just went, okay, how do I do steep turns? I just spit it out. And yes, you were the same way you felt, but you just roll with it. If you mess up, you just keep going and roll with the punches. I do definitely need to work on that. You don't like left-hand throttle. Yes. I'm getting used to it. Or putting this in GPS with your left hand. Oh, I just end up going like this. I didn't think about that. Oh, you mean with the thing. We haven't done much of that yet, I guess. You got this, Nick, you dumb it down. But I try, but then I realize all of the different things that need to go into it. Like, again, for like the straight and level flight and the turns and the climbs and the descents, it seems like it should be almost so straightforward. One of the most easy things that you're supposed to do, but there's all the little things, and I'm still working on, like, again, not giving too much, like not overwhelming them with stuff, but also making sure you get all the little points that you need. You know what I mean? So yeah. And it doesn't help that, like, I started out doing the aviation thing thinking, no, I'm never going to be a CFI because I don't think I would be able to be a good CFI. To now I'm doing the CFI thing. But I feel like at some point I will be a good CFI. It's gonna be a bit. The other thing is like I wish I had more experience as a pilot in general. like, if I had more teaching experience or if I had more pilot experience, I would feel better. But since I came into this with so little of both, it makes me nervous. But yes, that's that stuff. Ascents or climbs. Climbs are a thing. So we climb with excess thrust. So full throttle. And then we start our climb. Again, we can climb based on airspeed, or we can climb based on rate. Oh, and then there was... That's the other thing, too, that I need to get better with is the primary and supporting things. We talked about it. My instructor and I talked about it. He brought it up in that lesson. And I've been working on the written test stuff recently. And realized that I'm not proficient in like which ones are the primary and supporting sort of a thing, and can like rattle those off immediately. So yeah, that's another thing. But we're VFR, so we're looking outside anyway. And then yeah, it's I want to say, I could be wrong. Hello. Thank you for the follow, Loogieverse. That's a fun name. I appreciate you. I apologize for myself. I promise I fly better in an actual plane. Usually, except from the right seat, apparently. Where are we going? Hang on. We're, yeah. So we can also climb and turn, if necessary. Which, again, we lose that little bit of vertical component of lift. And I have noticed so many times that, like, my mouth will say something that my brain didn't mean, which worries me as well. Like, I felt like I was going to say, we have that loss of horizontal component of lift. No, that is not correct. So yeah, those things. Sorry, I'm sorry. You didn't have any flight experience a year ago. If your potato head can do it, you believe I can do it. Oh, you were not the brightest cookie in the jar. But okay. Here's the other thing. Like, I'm definitely better at the book stuff. I am good with book stuff. That is my jam. The practical stuff, which I feel like, again, book stuff is definitely... Oh, and then we level off. I want to say it's like divide by 10 whatever your rate of climb is, and so then it's like 50 feet before your intended altitude. And then when you're leveling off, just push the elevator, or yeah, push the yoke forward first to hold that altitude, let that airspeed build up, and then bring your throttle out to cruise. Unless, of course, you're flying the constant speed 172 that I fly at Instructor's home airport. Hello! Then that thing... that thing just, like, shoots right by if you don't bring throttle out right quick. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, so, like, the practical stuff, I feel like I'm a little less good at, whereas, like, I don't know, like, being, most of the other aviation people that I've met are less inclined toward the book stuff and more toward the practical stuff, and I feel like when you actually get into the plane, you really need to have that practical grasp down really well. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So yeah, like at that point, I wish I had a better grasp of the practical stuff. And was that like, yeah, I would give up a little bit of the book learning to have a little bit better grasp of the practical. Primary and secondary, what again? Instruments for, primary and secondary, primary and supporting bank and pitch instruments, sort of thing. Yes, welcome. That is a killer name. Thank you. You're going to start Twitch streaming this game soon. Excellent. Are you new to the game itself? What is your aviation interest? I'm doing great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hello. I think the most difficult to fly are the passenger jetliners. See, and that's why I don't. I'm not even sure that I've flown one of those in the game because I guess for anybody who doesn't know, if that hasn't been clear, in real life I am training to be an instructor. I know, shocking and frightening. So I do my kind of practice training sort of a thing. I've done my whole from my private through instrument and commercial so far, and now CFI. So it has been fun being able to practice the flows and stuff in here. So I don't do much of the jetliners. But isn't that just autopilot? Question mark. Going way too deep. The primary and supporting. Did my instructor say that day one to you that you need to roll out half the bank angle or half the altitude? Probably not. See, and again, that's one of those things. Not saying that unless he mentions it. You're going to say maneuver, how to do it, and explain what you're doing. Well, and okay, and that's the thing too. I don't... for every other... only 3 of them, but for the other certificates and ratings, I'm almost totally fine with just going for the check ride, just training for the check ride. But with this, I also want to be training for having actual students, if that makes sense. So like, there's so many things that I don't want to get into any of that stuff, but I also want to be practicing for when I actually have students. Do you know what I mean? Your instructor always tells you to treat him like a day one student, which is how you should teach. Wouldn't say primary and secondary. Right, primary is outside, secondary is the heading bug at altitude or airspeed. Right, but I mean, so yes, everything that I said before, but also, again, that is another thing where I do feel like I end up getting a little bit too far into things in certain areas, and then I forget other areas. Not that hard. The B-78X is really easy to fly. Yes. Okay. Also applied for Frontier, so that's pretty cool. Just waiting on info from them. Okay, so when are you supposed to hear back? What are all the things? Oh gosh. So hypothetically, you could be my student. No, absolutely not. Nope. Oh no. Explain like you're 5. Yeah, but. I don't want to miss. See, that's the thing though. It's like I don't want to miss anything because there's certain things that I remember that were almost in passing from my CFI, which I guess kind of makes sense. So yeah. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't know. We did our turns and climbs and descents, kind of. Did I forget anything? We can do common errors as we fly back to the airport, and then we could probably go to Toncontin. Does that sound good? I like that idea. Damn, it's like that. What do you mean? No. I'm saying, because I cannot instruct you now. I am not good, and I am not certificated, and therefore, at some point, potentially, maybe, when I am certificated and more experienced, and just generally better, if that's what you mean. Yes, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it to come off like that. Oh, no, though. There is no teaching here. There is no learning happening here. That's what the disclaimer is for. Everyone read it and believe it. Take it to heart. So yes, that was yeah, turns, climbs, and descents and stuff, and yeah. And that's another thing too, where it's like I get oops. I end up getting a bit into the weeds because like that's where I'm most comfortable, is all the like the little bookish details. But then yeah, then it ends up getting too much, and then like I turn myself around in knots. So yeah. You practice for the real students, but you know that what you will and won't say in the plane. Right. You're teaching a maneuver, you're not doing ground knowledge in the plane. Oh, right. No, you want the best for your students and don't want to miss anything. better off leaving out some of the nitpicky things so I don't mess myself up. Right. Yeah. 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 There's like things that I wanna say, but I'm not. I don't know. Like I do. Like. So like again, my plan is, and I don't know. I don't know if I want to like right now just really super focus on the check ride, and just not worry about the rest of the stuff, but also kind of. And then after I do check ride, just like not do students. Ooh, look it. Sorry, that was cool. It's like, is it foggy? It looks like it's foggy. And then like after check ride, just like really continue practicing it and not actually taking new students. But my instructor is very adamant that he has many students for me once I actually do the CFI thing. So I think that's also a reason why I'm like dragging my feet on it. Cause I'm like, even if I did just go for the check ride and then got my check ride, my instructor's like ready for me to go. So I don't know. I am. I'm taking the time that I need in order to be hopefully the best that I can be, at least for now. And I've heard the other thing where it's like 100 hours, like the first 100 hours are brutal, and then you start getting actually into a better swing of things. But I also don't want to mess up my first student. No. Let's do this. You'll play it dumb safe for your check ride if you pass. I need to be easier on myself. I don't like betting. Not trying to tell me what to do. No, absolutely. And I do. I understand all of that. It's just I don't know. I just feel like I know myself to a degree, and I don't want to discount that, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't know. You just remember stressing so much and trying to ease me. I do appreciate it. I got you to see if I. No, I didn't. There is no. Well, if they were helpful in sending you off in a direction where you would do research for yourself. What is up? What is up? Stress levels and the aircraft. But how are you? If my instructor thinks I'm ready, I'm ready. See, I have things about that as well. I'll get into that. God dang it, another canceled solo. So, do you still have, is it your .2 cross country? Keeping the, oops. And what was the reason for that one? Okay, one sec. We will land. I will get back to chat. And then we will go to Toncontin. Did I turn enough? Yes. Oops. I could try to do some flows. All right, so we are staying up at cruise in the downwind. I feel really low, but my altimeter. So then we bring it down to 1900. Carb heat goes out, which will bring it back down to 1700. Get those lights on. Trim for about a 500-foot descent. Once we are within the white arc, we can Throwing a notch of flaps. Martin County traffic, Cessna Hotel Tree 1 Delta 1. Left base 03, Martin County. Ugh. Checking our final. Throwing another notch of flaps in there. Clear. So, Martin County, Cessna Hotel Tree 1 Delta 1. Final 03. Martin County. Overshot just a smidgen. We just make sure our nose keeps coming down. So in the aircraft that I fly, we're going to bring that up, our power up a smidgen.
Short final runway 03 and
Thank you, Preflight.
Warning, airport not in current move.
I am aware of that. Thank you, Preflight. Oh gosh, are you landing the opposite direction, or are you... We took off on the opposite direction. Landing in the opposite direction. We are below glide slope. But we are landing nearish the numbers. Wheelie, wheelie. Oh god, oh god. No, 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 you're not supposed to do that. See, this aircraft does things on landing that surprise me. I guess I'll be turning around then. Okay, sorry. Back taxi-ish 03. Martin County traffic. Oh, Cessna Hotel Tree 1 Delta 1 is continuing to move. Clear of runway 03. We're gonna... I don't know. Where should we go? Kind of want to whip it right here. There. Oh, hello. Now we bring them out. All right. Doing the thing. So we'll shut down. We'll check out LittleNavMap. And then we'll go to Toncontin. Or we'll shut down. We'll go to Toncontin, if I'm saying it correctly. We'll noodle around there. And then, can I use the 150? So our shutdown does all the things. Am I missing anything? No. Whoosh. Boop, boop, boop. Yay! Hello. Okay, all right, sorry. Quick doing the thing. Yes, the instructor thinking I'm ready. I am ready. See, but, well, can't avoid it and become a CFI. Just get it on the calendar because that will make me go for it. And that's literally what my instructor has been, like, saying and doing and trying and everything. Luckily, the DPE had some family stuff that he was doing. So it had to be pushed off a little bit. But... I hesitate because hang on. Oh, yes, that's what I was doing. Sorry. I hesitate because like so for my instrument check ride, I was all sorts of ready to go, right? I was confident about it. And then the whole thing happened where I ended up having to take it a day early, the day of, if that makes sense. And I was like, okay, I could either wait with it since I wasn't prepared or I wasn't expecting to take it today. And I was like, you know what? I was ready for it tomorrow, so I should be fine with it today. And my instructor thought I was fine with it too. And then I ended up busting, right? See? So now I always go back to that whenever stuff comes up like that, if that makes sense. Hello. Are we doing the thing? What's the the identifier I should use? So yeah, so like I do, I get all of that stuff, and I've heard all of that stuff, but I yeah, that stuff. Excuse your language. See, well, and okay, and that's this. Here's the thing. This is why I like the one thing that you said, where it's just the whole like talk through what you're doing rather than teaching it, because I felt so much more comfortable just like with that stuff where it was just going through the stuff for myself. You know what I mean? Can I just... Ooh, excellent. Yeah. Am I starting in the air or on the ground? So yes, sorry. No. And yes, low clouds again. Gives you time to study to retake your written. When are you retaking your written? Do you have a thing? They have changed the type of question since you last took it. Okay. Again, I still recommend Sporty's free stuff. That got me through my private. More GPS, ADS-B, and glass cockpit stuff than you remember. Oh, now I'm trying to remember. I don't remember that. Isn't glide slope set for the 1,000 footers? Yes. And yes, I think that was for the 150, 152. Yes. Hello. Thank you for the follow, Narcotic00. I appreciate you being here. I'm sorry for myself. Mike Hotel Tango Golf. Amazing. Oh, Tonka. Okay, so hang on. Where are we? Because is it... Why can't I see anything? Oh, okay. So, okay. Should I try my my Spanish accent? So is it Toncontin? And yes, I believe so as well. For the 1,000 footers. Okay. And ground. Okay, sounds good. We will do the thing. Boop. Departure. Then again, you were studying hours and hours and hours every day for like 2 weeks until you were told your check ride is like a month and a half away. And again, I know that is a thing that happens. Like people go, they do it in like 3 days, or they do it in like a week. And it's like, I don't have that capability to do that. And I don't want to go for it that way. I don't know. It seems a little, for like the lower, like really where it's like the 3-day things. It's like, that seems really pilot milly. And again, just for my own capability, I need the time and I need to be able to kind of go over the things. And I don't know. Yeah. Aha, you learned something. No, you're not allowed to learn anything. I got it. Yes. Excellent. Last few practice tests, you got 2 primary flight display questions. I'm trying to remember what those would have been. It's been so long. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're gonna... I was gonna say I'll just do it from the left seat, but I have all of my stuff on the right, so I might as well just do it from the right seat. I have to do some fun flights at some point. Because I think that's another thing. Whenever I get in the plane, it's like... I'm just so stuck on like the inside the things and being frustrated, and I kind of forget that flying is really freaking fun. and a privilege. So yeah, and I mean that is definitely my own problem, but yeah, a balance. I may need a better balance. Okay, did all the things. Wait, hang on. Beacon goes on. Mixtures full rich. Slight. Clear prop. Um. Primed it. We're just gonna throw one in there. Throttle slight. See, and there's the other thing. I will like the whole magneto thing. When I first, there's those little things that you learn. Law of primacy. The little things that like my brain would put into would organize into places that weren't correct. So like when we were doing when I was first starting private and they talked about the mags, I assumed that meant the keys. So up to and including I think commercial, I think I was going to do a flight with number 1 instructor at one point, and we ended up having to hang on, let me pressure. Sorry. After my commercial certificate, I think I was going to be able to go do a flight with my instructor, number 1 instructor. Oh, is that perfect? Perfect. And it ended up not working out because of maintenance. So we went in to go do maintenance, and I had since then, I knew that the mags were not the keys, it's just the keys. But I was so used to saying the mags instead of the keys, and I said that out loud, and my instructor looks at me. I was like, I know, I'm sorry. So yeah, it's like those things too. Okay. Toncontin is in, oh gosh, Tegucigalpa, which is the capital of Honduras, Central America. Sorry. Yes. It is a very fun language. I really do appreciate it. One was about the artificial horizons advantages is to extend to the edges, and the other was what percentage of the PFD can you lose before it's reportable to the FAA. I vaguely recall that now that you say that. Yeah. haven't used much when it comes to PFDs in actual flying. Will I stream Thursday? I won't be streaming on Thursday. I might not even be home on Thursday. I have some interesting things going on towards the end of this week, potentially. But yes, I will definitely be checking. We're currently just on a Tuesday and Sunday schedule because, yes, things. Oh, I should probably hang on. I remember looking at the thing, but I don't remember. 350 at 5 knots. And our runway is, so we'll go runway 2. So I need to go that way. But yes, we should be streaming Sunday. Not sure what spooky game we're going to be playing. But otherwise, I will definitely be checking on the Discord for the update. It's been 6 years since you have last taken it. Right. But that's the thing. Because I still get confused with like PFD and glass cockpit and stuff like that because I don't use them. So I assume there are schools that utilize glass cockpits in training, even in initial training. But does PFD, is that also in with that? Like, it's not like all PFDs are glass cockpit, but not all glass cockpits are PFDs. Does that make sense? Or PFDs plus MFDs? Do you understand my question? You now have 5 different 803, 8083s. God, why? Hello. I'm trying to. Oh yes, yes. Okay, 8083. The handbooks. Yes. The FAC is best. Airplane flying handbook, excellent. I'm trying to think what other ones. Oh, or are you talking about the supplements, like the written test supplements as well? Because that's also a thing. You'll tag me. Yay, I am. I'm super excited. You have a friend who has never used a steam gauge. Like that's so unfortunate because you need those basics. I feel like you need the basics to be able to do that. And as well as to understand how those things really work.
Approaching runway 0.
Sorry, are we doing something specific or are we just tootling around? I think I've used a different first letter
900 feet remaining.
for that word like 3 separate times. We're tootling, we're noodling, we're doodling. Now it got weird, sorry. Okay. Oh, okay, is that legitimate? That looks frightening. You never used a steam gauge too. You should. I would recommend it. It is very fun and helpful. Cause like, I don't know, and maybe it's just like my whole personality. Cause like again, my home airport is very old school aviation stuff, and it's a beautiful thing. So I would. We are taking off and landing back on runway 2. Okay, sounds good. You have 2 PPL ones, 1 ANP general. Should maybe look into that. 1 power plant and 1 air. Oh, right. Yes. Okay, nice. Yeah, those you start collecting those. Do you have it on ForeFlight? Because they do. They have all of those on ForeFlight. I'm pretty sure they have all of them. You basically had G1000 4 flights and only 4 minus 4 flights. Only 4 flights you didn't have a G1000. So what did you have then? Was it steam gauge? No. You said you never used steam gauge. So what did you have otherwise? Oh, just glass cockpit, but not G1000. See, I don't even know these things. Okay. So are we just pattern flying? You said taking off and landing back on runway. Okay. All right. We got this. So we're at 3,300. 350 for our wind. Yeah, you had a G500 with 3 standby gyros, but that's it. I think at some point you need to find a nice trashy trainer plane with the steam gauges and all of the little quirks, because it is an experience that you must have, just in general. That could be your celebration flight after Thursday. How does that sound? I like this idea. You think that, oh, they just have the pilot stuff? Well, you can also download them. I have downloaded so much stuff and organized so much stuff into ForeFlight. And then you can highlight them all. The one thing that I don't like about ForeFlight and highlighting stuff is that if it gets updated, all of the highlights get shifted. So the highlights don't stick on the pages that you put them on. So if they add a page in between, it goes onto that page. You know what I mean? Okay, so now we're doing the thing. Doing the thing. Cruise flight. All right, so we are on the downwind. We are in cruise flight. Do you know something that I don't? I assume I'm just gonna be dropping it like it's hot, yeah? Is pattern altitude? Watch out for the terrain. I'm watching out for the terrain, but also again 150. Noom. Oh goodness. It helps that I am small. 1900. Carb heat goes out. That was a little less than 1900. I feel like I'm gonna have to come back around for at least one more so that and like go out a little bit more. Oops. Flaps. Or I'm just gonna biff this thing right here at the end. Ah. Again, See, that doesn't seem right. So if I go like this, yeah, that's correct. But why isn't it? Oh, that's why. Hang on. Again, I cannot figure out stalls from the right, slips from the right seat. I don't know what it is. Oh, hello. You were way out there and you beat me. I guess that, oh shoot. Oh, frick. Nobody saw that. Nobody, oops. Oh God. See, all I had to do was hold it off. And not go in the grass. Oh, okay. No, gentle. Nope, gentle. Oops. We're gonna try that again. That shouldn't have happened. Gosh darn it. Oh God. All right, so we're good there. There, please, thank you. Seems easy on small planes, but 737s to A320. Right, did this approach. Right. And it should have been easy, and I had it, and then I just lost it all completely. Yeah. Also have like all of the Jepson PPL textbooks, like 5 books, some of the ASA ones. The Aviation Dictionary, FAR AIM, FAR AMT, AC 43.13, Aircraft Electrical, Jet Engine Theory, Basic Airfoil and Wing Theory, all 4 of the Sport Plane Builder handbooks, water flying, you don't know. Don't know why. And like 15 notebooks. You are prepared. And it is. Like, there is something to learn from every single one of them. And so you just collect them. Damn, turn it day. Yes, it is. It is day. You're missing a few. Wouldn't seem like it. However, it is likely accurate. Oh, you mean you're missing a few? Like you missing a few that you have, but you just didn't put on there? Yeah, so that was just terrible. That was just poor flying in general.
Entered runway 0.
So we're gonna try this again. Short field, take. Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, no, I have enough. Oops. Okay. All right. All the things. Okay. All right. I will do it properly this time. I hope. Do you see me leaning in this seat? Right seat. Right seat. There. Well, you left out the flybaby planes and posts, the airplane and glider manuals, and your mountains of tech data. Oh, flybaby plans. Okay, got it. Mountains of tech data. Is this all hard copies? Where do you keep it all? But that it is nice. As much as I love the digital stuff, I do also love having the hard copy stuff to be able to just thumb through and put little tabs on. Physical in your hand. Yes. That is nice. So I'm going to get AGI before I get an 80% pass rate. Waiting on making sure you have the pass rate. Oh, interest. So, oops. I've been wanting to do the AGI anyway, just because, like I said, like the AGI and the IGI, just because, again, I'm so much better at the book stuff than I am at the practical stuff. So it almost makes sense. And, like, again, I felt the experience that I've had is that, again, the aviation people that I've met are a lot less inclined to the book stuff. So I feel like I would actually be able to be helpful in that respect. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. I talked about it with my instructor, and he's like, no, that would probably not work out. And I was like, oh. But also maybe. So, I mean, that would be a good plan, to just wait for the 80% pass rate. But also I intend to do it anyway. So, question mark? On a shelf next to you. Excellent, excellent. And you know absolutely where everything is. And it's all nice and organized and tabbed. Or you know exactly where everything is, and it is slightly less organized. Because I definitely have that situation. Every once in a while. Every time I'm doing one thing or another. It's like this thing's over here with this thing. That thing's over there with that thing. Alright, I'm gonna do this properly this time. Knock on wood. Flap. Final 03. Well, and that's the thing, like, that extreme displace threshold is just indicative. It paints a picture. Bringing that throttle back. I would totally be slipping this thing, but I am incapable of slipping this thing. Apparently, I don't know why. Oh, God, not running into trees that are right there. Not breaking stuff like I did before. Not landing on the displaced threshold like I did before. Hold it off, 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 hold it off. And the thing is like, my landings from the right seat have gotten a lot better recently. Like, I have been able to wheelie down the runway. like my instructor. So that's promising. But I'm also freaking leaning. God dang it. Do you see this? Anyway, yes. Hey, I didn't die this time. Helps you win online arguments. That's the best reason for it. You usually have them organized, but you're using them to flatten out your self. What? Self-healing cutting mat that got deformed. Well, that is then. God dang it. Hang on. Also, freaking helpful. There, got it. Oops. Clear of runway 03. Oop, wrong one. That is it's super pretty out here, but that is nuts. And you said they have somewhere else now that, oh wait, should I go that way? I should probably go that way. That looks kind of questionable this way. So we're gonna turn around. Whip it. Whee! Kind of want to go over. Ooh, we're gonna go over by the tower. Are there supposed to be 2 towers there? Are we gonna play chicken? Ha. I seem to sit quite low. Like, this feels too high. Like this, about this is where it seems to be in. Although I think it might be slightly higher in the 150. I don't know. Yeah, that could definitely be an issue as well. I don't. But yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Apart from the crash, but that it happens. We worked out the kinks. You're gonna go there? I will whip next to you. Oh, did you park in a nice parking spot? And I'm just gonna go all out here like this. Oh, hang on. I'm in a vehicle lane. Right? Question mark? Wrong way. It is difficult to fly and taxi outside of the plane. There. Oh yeah, you were like right on the taxi line and everything. Oh no. You did. Oh, well. Then there's me. All right. Well, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. We will do the shutdown again. We will check ourselves out on LittleNavMap. And then I will have to be done. We will send the party elsewhere, so let me know where you would like, if you would like. Otherwise, we will find someone. Mixture. Whee. We got to do the thing again. Ugh. Whee. Ugh. You'll try and do it in an A320 and you'll send it to the Discord. Sounds good. Good luck. We're all counting on you. Closes the things. Does a walk around. Whoosh. Checks the chocks. Amazing. Yay. Thank you. All right. Boom. Ba-doom, boom, boom. Oi. All right. That was. Yeah. It happened. We did our night flying ground lesson practice, not actual lesson, just flows. And it went all right. Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to go look for us now. What am I doing? Why isn't this working? And then after our so it'll throw us back here again, but now we have to go find where we were over here first. My gosh, I don't know. Can I? How do I? Can I? No, that's not what I wanted. Shoot. I don't know how this works. How do I search for a... We probably should have looked at LittleNavMap first and then went over here. Help. Noise! Now you have pressure! Oh! Yes, all of the pressure. You saw an NTSB train today. What does that mean? Good night. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Sleep well. All the good things. Hope to see you again soon. Look at the Discord. I did. Yes, I saw that one. That was insane and intense. And yes, oh, it's not. Shoot, it's not going to throw us back there. Well, we're going to have to find that again too. Right. How do I actually search for it? Can I go like that? And then I... Oh, you saw a train go by your house, owned by the NTSB. So, how do you tell? Is it on... Hang on. Is it like on the side or what? Logbook search? Strange. That doesn't help. Oh, airports. There we go. Mike. Charlie Zulu. Oh, Kilo Mike. Charlie Zulu. There it is. Thank you. Okay, so. I'm gonna leave that there. We're gonna go like this. Gonna go like there. All right. So, this looks like a dodo bird. So we took off. Whoosh went that way, and we climbed, and we did our clearing turns. Yes, so we did our clearing turns, and we ended up doing our Chandelles. I think we might have done straight and level flight, although it wasn't very straight. And then we looped around for our descent. So yeah, so somewhere in here we were supposed to be doing straight and level flight. This is the straightest portion, so I'm going to say that's where it was. And then we were talking about the Chandelle, so then we did our clearing turns. And then we figured no, those must have been our clearing turns. I don't remember. Then we did our Chandelles. Then we did our descent. And then we did some climbs at some point. And then we turned around and we landed. Yay! And then it was what was the other one? Do I ever watch case study or accident reports a lot, or are you just weird? Oh no, that's just that. I feel like that's a general aviation thing. Ha 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 ha. Get it? It's a pun on general aviation, but also Mike Hotel Tango Golf. And then we went over here and we did 2 takeoffs, 1 landing. So yes, we went out. Which one was, hang on, which one was which? I'm not sure. We landed about, or attempted to land about, yeah, there. Ended up back there. Taxied back out and redeemed ourselves, I think. I hope, maybe, potentially. But no, case studies and accident reports are really good. Like, as much as it might come off as a macabre sort of a thing. It's the best, not the best, but like it's definitely a way to learn. You learn from other mistakes, other things that happen, and even if they're not mistakes, just things that could happen, and what things you can look for beforehand to make sure it doesn't happen again. So yeah. And it just said NTSB. Okay. I'm just imagining. Okay, that's super cool. Are you able to like track it at all and see what they were doing? You don't figure it out. Wait, are you talking about the one thing? Yeah. Just realized you could theoretically code in special surprises like jump scares in airports for people with specific tail. Is this going a certain way? I feel like this is going a certain way. And I want to say that I like it, but also I'm not sure that I should encourage it. Because it could go worse than I am. I think if you did, you definitely should. Like, and I do. I want to hear about the process, but also I kind of want to be surprised by it. You see the 3 students that got stuck in a flat spin in a Seminole recently? I didn't. PPL student died, instructor died, and girl in the back lived, but pretty messed up. Yeah. But then again, so that was recently. Do they have any working theories at the moment, or still waiting on investigating things? That is like, accidents suck, to put it lightly. But if there's anything good that can come out of it, it is learning from the things that happen. So yeah, that's what we do. Some guy in your area on VATSIM uses 2 Bravo Bravo while you use 5 Bravo Bravo. You're getting requests. I didn't. That taxi was dreadful. Just kidding. I didn't know the airport. My taxis are always dreadful. Thank you very much. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I feel like there are things that I could do to make like the things move more realistically. I'm just not that good at that stuff, so I like to blame it on that, but also it's definitely a me problem. Would actually take creativity though, coming from someone who, with all of the ducks and the other things, you have plenty of creativity. And I'm looking forward to seeing how you use it some more. They don't have anything. Okay, they think maybe just shut off one engine for practice and then just got caught in a spin. God dang. Okay. Don't feel bad, I'll get there. Will I? I promise I fly better than an actual plane. That's my thing. That's my story, I'm sticking to it. But it's an educated guess with the videos that people post of it falling out. Oh! Okay, I do think I saw that one now that you say that. Okay. That will be interesting to see how it goes. You're just trying to be nice. I appreciate it. All right. So I will start looking for somebody to raid. So yes, thank you, Slant Alpha Adventures and Splasher6 for the raids. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all sticking around as well. Thank you for the follows. Thank you all for flying along and helping out and being here. And just generally being lovely, putting up with me. Plan as usual is we will do some more spooky gaming on Sunday. Not sure what yet. We finished up Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion on last Sunday. I got the bad ending. Turns out I was being a little too vicious with the axe. So Yeah, that was apparently an issue. I felt like it was warranted, but okay, give me the bad ending, I suppose. But yeah, so now I would like to do something like actually darker, like actual more horror-y. But I don't know. I'll have to look in my Steam list. So yeah, unless you guys have suggestions, I like it to be free. If you have any free good horror-y sort of games that aren't too long, we can definitely look into that. We'll be back with more flying on Tuesday, um unless something happens. I will put that in my Discord if we end up changing the plan. It's the one that hit the house, right? I do. I think I saw a little bit of it. But I do. I usually like to wait until like actual stuff comes out just because there's so many. I don't feel like I'm educated enough to like sort out what is like probable and what is not, and who's talking out of their behinds and who is not. So I usually like to wait for the actual like reports. But I could definitely look into that one. You got scared by me screaming them by the actual jump scare. That one was really funny. That was so unexpected. which is fair because it's jump scare mansion. But ha 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 ha, you're welcome. As long as you got scared somehow. All right. Let's look at this one. Okay, I think I know where we're going. And then I started talking about bugs. I like bugs. Bugs are cute and fun, except when they're being annoying, which can be said about a lot of different things. And that got you curled up. Spiders, grasshoppers, crickets, centipedes. You brought it up. Have a good night, you too. Good luck on Thursday. Oops, sorry. Got a little excited. So excited to hear how it goes. It's going to be great. Yes, all of the good things. You'll see me Thursday, yes, or we'll at least hear from you. Yes, that sounds good. I am so looking forward to it. Should probably gonna start talking about it again. Again, you brought it up. I'm just saying. You like planes, but it's because it's a bug massacre. Oh no. Sad, but also there you go. Fair. All right. Yeah, I think we've gone over all of the things. So if I've forgotten anything, brain is mush. So to whoever got lost and found their way here or found their way back, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. It's been fun. And yeah, until next time, have a great whatever it's going to be for you. Hope to see you again soon. And until next time, have fun in the raid. Thank you again, and bye.